Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the new class in facilitating. Remember, we always have to be updated. And there is something I need to mention, that is the documents. You can find documents already on Educandos. The new, well, it is not called the new, but it's the new portfolio. Have you seen the new portfolio on Educandos, the new document? So you can download it, have it at hand, and the rubrics as well. So I will show it to you from my desktop. It's the same. The format is similar, though we said new reflection questions. And the importance of this is to see that you're really reflecting upon the class, upon the work that you do every day, and how you are improving in that process. So it is a process work. It's a process. So I start the first week, I continue the second week. So there should be this progression. Yes, it's not something I can do in one night. That's what I mean. So it has the same. So can you all see the new portfolio? Okay, we have a problem. Oh, no, this is the fourth semester. Okay. So, so you have the same format with the task here, where you paste the main body of the task, and then the questions. Now you have 4 questions. What did I learn from this task? What could I do differently according to my understanding and learning style? Remember, yes, last year we talked about this learning style. What would I like to learn from this and future tasks? And what do the modules, learning outcomes, content, knowledge, and practical activities contribute to my future work as a teacher? So all of these questions you are going to be reflecting along the semester. So in December, that will be, I can see the result of that, yes? And I didn't add it to the lesson plan is ready, also on Educandos. And the important thing is that I didn't create there, but we are going to write in the lesson plan. I have to do it today. That by midterm, by the time we have the micro teaching, I will revise the portfolio. So that system was good. It obliged last semester. It was positive. It obliged you to be updated and have everything finished by the end of the semester. So it was a good procedure. Moreover, in that, I can see whether you're completing everything. It's also sets a rhythm of work. Yes, and if there is anything we need to change, you can do it as well, or I don't know, enhance or go deeper into. So by midterm, I mean, so micro teaching will be around the second week of October. Here we will be in the midterm. So around this micro teaching practice session, we will have here midterm revision of portfolio. Yes, portfolio. I will add it now, and then I will upload the new version to Educandos. So portfolio, midterm, individual work, remember? Formative assessment. Formative assessment granted to offered to portfolios. Offered to portfolios for improvement. So if there is any improvement to be done, then that's the moment to do it. Okay. So portfolio, I will upload this new version, but now we have the completed lesson plan, so you can check on that. Portfolio is color. Okay. All right, so please check that, be careful. So download the portfolio, you have also the rubrics. So that's housekeeping, a little bit of housekeeping. Well, you know our classes. I will always be connected before. If you need to connect before, ask me questions and work on something, I will be connected by around 2. So I am here working, so you can count on with that support. So here the new, these are the new documents you need to check. Portfolio document, portfolio rubrics, and I will upload a forum comment example and forum participation rubrics. The examples we have created already in the previous semester, and that is for this week. So I think this will be week 2 because we have forum this week. And let me see, where is the portfolio? So the portfolio should be it's in the on the main page on Educandos. Portfolio and rubrics. So that's easy for you to understand. So main page. Below the syllabus and lesson plan. Okay. Any questions so far? Explanations? Girls, is that clear? Hello, are you there?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, do you have any questions? Or is it okay? So you can find everything online. If not, write to me, please ask me. So revision from last week. So last week we revised also a little bit of what we had seen last semester. Remember some methods and the big umbrella approach of communicative language teaching. And well, communicative language teaching has lots of areas and aspects to be studied. And that was the idea that you produced from all of the aspects in CLT, also a graphic organizer, a kind of a graphic organizer. I checked Krishna's task. Krishna and I think, who did you work with, Krishna? With Paola or with Giselle? With Giselle. So they didn't do any, so you have everything explained in text format. That's okay. The idea was that you could create a kind of lesson and then you created, sorry, you're going to show yours. You created an organizer by the end showing all the aspects of communicative language teaching in general. Yes, sorry, I was checking your task. The task is correct, and they can share with us if any other group has that summary, that lesson plan, that graphic organizer with the explanations of the main aspects within CLT. You can also share. Yes, in a minute. Question? Yes, Catalina. Do you have a question?
Teacher, es que hay mucho ruido aquí, pero lo estoy escribiendo.
Okay. Okay. Information. Yes. So we will check in the links. You didn't find some information, we can now check with the girls to see if you could find information on every aspect and share information. Yes? Catalina? Yes, so we can share with the girls. Okay, the first part of the task, you needed to complete a chart with activities in which you have participated while learning English, and analyze these activities according to whether they were communicative, use of the language, if you use the language for authentic communication, or if you use the language in metalinguistic analysis. And you need to do this, to write this list. So anyone would like to share your activities so that we analyze? I think Krishna has the last two, Krishna. I would like, you have the last two we could discuss in class. Do you think? Do you agree?
Okay.
Okay.
Can I share the screen?
Yeah, yes. Okay, so Krishna is going to share, but we will need to check two of them. I would like your opinion. So each group has different activities, we agree, but now we can share. Okay, that's the final. Okay, here it is. So these are the ones we did together last week, and now these are the new ones. Now, let us read 8, 9. Okay. Okay. 8, 9, and 10. And let us see if we agree. We might agree, yes, but just for discussion.
Okay, the 8.
8.
Children sing the alphabet in English. Okay, so Gigi and me, we think that was cognitive.
It's a
so
communicative.
I don't know if that, yes, I don't know if the answer is correct. So
is it a communicative use of the language?
I think sí. I think yes.
Okay, yes, it's in between communicative. Well, singing is in this case probably not in the sense of communication in which we are communicating something new. In that sense, it might not be communicative. But singing can be an authentic use of the language, since we sing also in common life, in normal life. So it's a complex decision there. So which will be the opinions in the class? Anyone? Vanessa, Paola, what do you think? If we had that, sing the alphabet in English, that is controversial.
In metalinguistic?
We are not analyzing the language. No, we are not analyzing the language. So that one okay, so anyone, Vanessa? I will write it in my list so we discuss. Sing the alphabet. Any ideas?
1.
Sing the alphabet. So it's which use of the language? Is it authentic? Is it for communication, or is it for metalinguistic analysis?
I mean, could be communication and metalinguistic, because they have to learn it.
Yes, because they're showing some learning. Yes.
Yeah.
But they're not analyzing. The point is, it's a little bit tricky, because metalinguistic implies a more how can I say, conscious analysis. Yes. So we're showing some learning, but it's I would say that it can be communicative, but more to the idea of sharing something authentic, because we also sing in our life, in our everyday life. I would see it is between those, because metalinguistic implies specific knowledge. So the students will be explaining something by means of a song or analyzing a song, but they are not. They are doing an authentic action, in order to my point of view, but it can be both of them. So that's interesting for us to think and reflect. What are we asking the children, our students, future students, to do when they sing a song, for example? And 9, Giselle? Yes, so that it does our attention. Just for practicing the language and also for reflecting. So you're all invited to discussion here. Giselle, number 9.
Okay, teacher.
Yeah.
Teacher say the students to open the book.
Is that is say? That's clear. Is it authentic?
Yes, authentic.
Yes, it's authentic. Yes, because something we always say in our everyday life. Yes, we apply commands, we ask for something, or
Teacher,
command students to do something. Yes.
but the sentence 8,
8,
why
yes.
not?
Is it between?
Dijo eso.
See, yes, because it's in between communication, in the sense that it's probably not a new message that we are communicating, or authentic. That will be a discussion here. So that's my question, but it's open to debate. Yeah, I think it's more like an authentic use of the language, in which we use the language to communicate, to sing, to, yeah, so they are things, activities that we normally perform by means of language. And number 10, what do you think? Is that correct? Students read aloud on the board? It's like singing. Reading aloud is a very, reading aloud is an activity we do in authentic life. We read aloud sometimes to listen to ourselves. But again, I'm not sure whether it is communicative. I have the same question as with singing. What do you think, Vanessa? Singing and reading are authentic use of the language or communicative use of the language?
It's communicative because they are not creating anything on my perspective.
They are not, sorry?
Creating anything.
Playing. They are not playing.
In creating something.
Grading, or they are not analyzing, that's for sure. But I think they are just applying authentic communication, normal activities we do in everyday life. Remember that communication implies, for example, answering questions, some new kind, some transaction. And there is, by the end of the presentation, you will see there is a reflection by a methodologist, Scott Thornbury, a professor from New Zealand, I think he's New Zealander, in which he says communicative language teaching implies the exchange of information. What is exchange? I give you something and you explain to me something else. What does it mean? ¿Qué es un exchange? A transaction.
Intercambio.
Un intercambio de comunicación, de información. Yes. So communicative or activities that are done in order to communicate imply that transaction of information. Yes, Catalina read about active learning and Paola about CLIL. And so they exchange. So Catalina says, well, in active learning, we keep students performing activities to learn something new. And Paola says, well, in CLIL, language and content are taught together. So they are exchanging information. I tell you something, you tell me something. So that transaction is accomplished by which verbs? Asking and answering. Yes. What other verbs imply transaction? Not singing and not reading, but ¿qué otro verbo podríamos usar para la transacción, para el intercambio? No leer y no cantar. Yes. No hay transacción de comunicación. Yes. No hay exchange.
Pronoun.
No. So, alguna acción que implique intercambiar. Exchange. Por cierto, exchange information in jigsaw reading. Por ejemplo, lo que hacíamos, si una estudiante lee un método y otra otro método y intercambian. Yes. So exchange information, that's communicative. Asking and answering questions is communicative. What else? Present. Yes, present a picture and tell something. This animal is the kookaburra. Yes, I have it. Well, I don't have it, but just the kookaburra is a little tiny bird from Australia. And that is the new information that you didn't have because you haven't been to Australia. Yeah, so, but I am Australian and I tell you about this animal from my country and you explain. Yes, you present your animal and you say, this is the, what animal you, what's this called? A huemul. And this is an animal typical from my country. It is big and has horns, yes, for example. So there you are presenting something new, yes, exchanging also information with people from other countries. What other activity is communicative? Talk in front of the class about new information. Yes, yes, question, César?
No sé si entendí, pero por ejemplo, un foro sería también un ejemplo de...
Forum, yes. So I give you I exchange with you I tell you, I present to you my information and read your information, read and answer, but in the sense of reading or receiving information and giving information, yes? For example, question, answer, presenting.
And opinions or perspective about something is exchange of information.
Which, Vanessa?
Like the opinion or
opinion, yes, offering opinions, suggestions. Yes, exactly, that's communication because it's new information I am giving others. So present, I don't know, analyze, well, no, analyze is metalinguistic, but compare. So I will compare I don't know what, the huemul in Argentina and the huemul in Chile. They are the same, they are different. One is bigger, the other is, but I will give you some information that is new and there is an exchange and you can explain to me then, I don't know, which other animal that we can share between the countries or not. You see, for example, in the case of talking about animals. But the idea is exchange some information. And the rest are authentic use of the language. Yes, when you talk, ask for something, What else is authentic that we saw? When you tell your students, ask for permission, may I go to the toilet? When you ask your students, please close the door, open the door, open your book. All of those are authentic use of the language. It's authentic. We use those verbs for everyday life. When you ask for something, or may I have your book, please, all of those. So just for you to bear in mind that we still can have more reflection. So now the students to open the book is authentic, yes, also it's authentic, yeah. Okay, just for you to keep thinking and reflecting, yes, and completing this chart. Thank you. Thank you, Krishna. Do you have any other that can be tricky?
No, if I honest. We
No,
don't
any
have-
other?
No,
Now, Krishna,
we don't have.
you show that, yes. Catalina, would you like to share yours and see if we have tricky activities? Or anyone else? Javiera? So, do you have anyone that is tricky? And we can write here in this common one, another one that is tricky, one that comes to your head. Javiera, quickly. Or Vanessa, you can write it as well. Write it down. Think of
¿Puede
everything.
ser cualquiera?
Yes,
Authentic.
cualquiera, well, anything, and we discuss whether it is okay. Come on. Come on, an example.
I will write.
Okay. Catalina will write. Anyone else? Javiera, Paola. Something.
Teacher, students ask to teacher in English if they may go to the bathroom.
Ask, yes. For permission. Ask for permission to go to the restroom. Yes. Yes. Ask for permission. What kind of activities?
Authentic.
It's
Maybe.
authentic. Yes, it is authentic. Yes, ask for something. Ask for permission. Ask for something. I can say, oh, Catalina, please, could you lend me your book? I used to do that in classrooms when I didn't have my book, or my book was on my desk and I was at the back of the room. Please, can I borrow your book? So so all of these activities that we do in everyday life. May I have your book? Please close the door. So many activities that we do in everyday life, as I said, that we accomplish normally. That's not, they are not only performed at schools. Communicative, we said present. What else? Present a new topic. A new topic. Oh, this writing is so difficult to read. Okay. Present a new topic. That's communicative. Mainly accomplished at schools. What else is communicative?
Teacher, I wrote on chat, communicating. Yes. I think the students present their drawings, emotions, and speak your feelings.
Yes, exactly. Yes, present. Yes, that is something that we have as by default, but there are other ways in which we exchange information. So presenting something new, present drawings and speak about feelings, about activities. Yes, about activities. You're going to watch a video, hopefully we get there, about a teacher guiding students to eliciting from students. Yes. something like this, similar to this. The presentation of something new. Match activity. A matching activity. That's interesting. A matching activity. What is a matching activity? That's we are communicating something new. Remember, what else did I say it was communicative? When we had this activity, do you remember student A, a set of questions, and student B, set of questions. So student A says, okay, hello, what's your name? Student B says, my name is Maria. And what is your name? My name is, and they can exchange information by asking and answering. Yes, asking and answering. That's by default communicative. What did you do on last weekend? Ask and answer. Pardon. We're going to speak. I'm going to write in the other aspect. Ask and answer. So on Monday, when I ask you, what did you do last weekend? How did you spend the time of the storm? How was the storm? Did the storm cause any trouble at home? So that's asking and answer for new information. So all of those are communicative. And which are metalinguistic? I think Catalina had an idea. Matching. Is matching a metalinguistic analysis of something? Implies that knowledge, analysis. What do you think?
I think so because in much have to think about
knowledge. Previous knowledge, yes. So matching is by default an analysis. So I analyze that. I don't know. What is matches with your name. Yes, because I know that after the verb, I have the subject. So what, WH. So if I know I analyze the structure of a question, and the question is separated in two, I can put it together again, because I know that, because I have the analysis of grammar and structure. So matching exercises by default mean an analysis of something previous, knowledge that I have. What else is metalinguistic activity? You have some in your lists. Krishna, you have metalinguistic. Metalinguistic activity?
The student read and repeat the vocabulary of animals.
Read and repeat. Yes, read and repeat. Yes. Repeat vocabulary, because you need to, you need to make cognitive vocabulary, cognitive connections, and practice for learners, practice new vocabulary, pronunciation, that also implies some kind of metalinguistic analysis. Yeah, so it's elephant. It's not elephant. It's not the sound. It's not the P sound. It's fricative. So though I might not, little children, for example, or our students might not have this knowledge of which kind of consonant it is, but they need to analyze a little bit and repeat based on knowledge, based on previous knowledge. Read and repeat, complete. Do you remember all those exercises? Complete. What else is metalinguistic? Complete the sentences, complete the verbs, the correct verbs in the past. What else is metalinguistic? Yes, association. Yes, a repetition. Yes. Yes, everything that implies analysis, cognitive analysis, association. Yes. Yes, association. So I associate, for example, what can I associate? I don't know, no. But there are many association exercises. So complete exercises, association exercises. What else is metalinguistic? Association, for example, associate what? Nouns, yes. Put together common nouns and abstract nouns. For example, that means also knowledge, previous knowledge of the words or the vocabulary. What else is metalinguistic? Oh, sorry, I wrote. Another one, come on. You have been students, you will be teachers. What else, Vanessa?
The teacher bring them blocks, mean the wood blocks, and they must build something with it.
Build something.
Yeah.
Metalinguistic.
They have to think about what they can create with some blocks, wood blocks, and stuff. Yeah.
Yes, but yes, there is an some knowledge. Yes, but that is not a metalinguistic analysis. So metalinguistic analysis implies working with the language directly. So that is why completing exercises, reading, repeating, matching, something that implies working with words. What can you think of? Doing something belongs more to authentic use of the language. Okay, let us build a city. Do you remember the teacher said, well, we are going to build a city? No, I was watching a video. And the teacher was proposing the students to build a house, for example. But for building the house, they have to go through different stages. Yes, a process. But they do within building a house, they do metalinguistic analysis of language. But not only that. But another exercise that is metalinguistic, fill in the blanks, for example. And you have an exercise like this in the exam by the blanks, yes? By the end of the semester, when you do the OOPT, remember you have a fill in the blanks exercise. That's very metalinguistic because I have to analyze language, yes? It is as if here I will just delete some questions. So elaborate a list, 10 activities. What goes in the middle? Yes. Oh, a preposition, but it's not any preposition, it's one specific preposition. So I need to be prepared, yes, to fill in that word that implies an analysis of the language I am asked to solve. Yes, an exercise with knowledge of the language, or what? Or for example, what time do you have classes? I have classes at, and you might have, for example, a certain level. I have classes 2 p.m. And so here there is a preposition we know that is very specific. So I need to know that collocation, and that is analysis of the language. So I know that I have classes in, it's not possible, it's not the correct collocation. I have classes on, it's not the correct collocation either. So In that sense, that's metalinguistic. Yes. Okay. So everything that has to do with manipulating the language itself, filling in blanks, completing, as we said, repeat. Also, in some occasions, answer questions that are very specific. Remember those questions that you might have been asked. What color is the dog? For example, when you were reading something. What color is the dog? The dog is black. You might remember this. The dog is black, for example. Yes, and you might remember these exercises. Those are metalinguistic as well. So I have to complete according to a certain structure, yes? The sentence, the subject, the verb, the adjective, what I am saying about the dog. So all of those are metalinguistic in the sense that I am only focusing on this mainly analysis of how the language is produced correctly. And we have many of those exercises in our head because that's mostly what we do at school. At school, we keep on once and once again analyzing the language for different reasons, yes? And knowing about the language more than simply using the language for authentic communication or for communication itself, for transaction of information. So metalinguistic analysis is very common in schools. Mostly when now you're observing, but probably next year, if we have English practicum face-to-face classes, you will go to schools and see what do they do. What do the teachers do in the classroom and analyze this? Okay, what is the teacher doing? Is using the language for authentic communication, for communication of new information, or to just learn about the language, learn about the grammar, the syntax, the collocations in the language. Yes, and you will be able to see this live, hopefully, yes, and you will be able to analyze this again. And I will tell you, do you remember last year when we were talking about this? Okay, this is it. And mostly schoolwork is based on metalinguistic analysis, mainly, yes. We come from a tradition in which school was taught us to analyze the things, analyze the situation, analyze language and every content, but as a school that was very little participative in doing. That's what Vanessa was saying, yes? So in my schooling, there was very little project-based. That's what Vanessa is saying. For example, let's build something, yes? As this video I was watching with this teacher with project-based, yes? Let us do something. And schools in my time was very little doing. It was everything about analyzing, yes? So it was a very different, we come from that tradition, yes, of analyzing everything, but not doing any project, not doing service learning, problem-based, yes, but just sitting down and analyzing the language, the quantities, yes, and doing written and reading and writing, but not really accomplishing something as a product. So education has changed a lot, certainly. And you will see with examples, you saw a little bit of task-based, but you will see another option now in the next part of the class. Okay, about communicative language teaching. We said something already. What do we need to include for it to be communicative? So one thing we can say of communicative language teaching. Why do we call it like this? What do we need to do with information for an activity to be communicative and accomplish the characteristics of communicative language teaching? Girls? What did we say we needed to do with information?
the role of teacher?
No, but in general with communication, what do we need to do for us to have communicative? What did I say? What did I explain? Cuando teníamos una actividad comunicativa, what is one of them? Why do we say we have a communicative activity? What do we do with information? We repeat everything from the book or analyze the sentences in a book?
We analyze the things, but
Pero ¿cómo tenemos una actividad comunicativa? Analizando solamente las oraciones. ¿Qué hago cuando yo tengo una actividad comunicativa? Lo acabábamos de explicar. I go to that. Here. Activities that are communicative require more than simply interaction. There needs to be some kind of information exchange. What did we say? What do we need? Information. We said it, yes. Transaction, exchange. Yes. For example, a guessing game can be also an exchange of information. Yes, that's a very good idea. We didn't think of that. We didn't remember. Okay, so what do we need in communicative language teaching? Number one, communication. Come on. What's the other word?
Information exchange.
Information exchange. Yes, we need to exchange information. Yes, exactly. So you were saying something, a forum. A forum is an excellent activity. Yes, because when I listen to a forum, I listen to new information. So your group is explaining a forum on CLIL, and I am your classmate, I am your audience. Oh, I am going to learn something new. You're going to inform me of CLIL, but then when it is my turn, I will inform you of something else, of another methodology. And so there should be information exchange for sure. Yes, something new. So presentations, forums, all of those are information exchange activities. Yes, exactly. About the role of the student or the teacher, Catalina, what were you going to say? What else can I say of CLT?
Of that? Of what?
You were going to say about something the student, something that is related to communicative language teaching. Information
First,
exchange.
we need the approach.
With the approach in general. What can you say? What
Yes,
did you
the role of teacher, the role of a student,
and which
the
is the role?
elements.
Yes, and what can you say about the role of teachers or students that we can write here?
Teacher needs to ask questions and promote the interaction.
Okay, teachers promote interaction. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Yes, so teachers do not monopolize. Yes, but tries to make students, you in this case, but yes, communicate, interact. Excellent. And students? What do students do in this type of approach?
Participate in the communication between classmates.
Yes, exactly. Participate actively in communication. Yes, and exchange. Yes, and exchange, or which we said something else is apart from exchange and in communication and transaction. I like that word. Transaction of information. Yes. Information. You tell me something, I tell you something else. Yes, I communicate something new for you. Okay, yes, so this is the way we need to think. And what else is related to CLT? You have
the
Read.
activities, the elements.
What else can you say? Something? What is very, so information exchange, communication, yes, interaction. Promote, yes. Anything? Something else specific that you remember? Okay, do we have the chat?
The relationship to learning theories, I think.
Relationship to learning theories. And to which theory?
Clean.
No. Remember the theories.
No.
We had behaviorism. Which other theory? Constructivism and cognitivism.
The three are related.
No, to which? To which of these three? To the, which theory is it related to? This idea of communication. Which theory? Plim, plim, plim.
I don't know because I didn't have the information, but I think that is maybe cognitivism.
And moreover, because we imply not only thinking and analyzing, but what?
Constructivism.
Constructivism, yes, constructivism, to the constructivist theory. And there is a social constructivist, constructivist. So you need to communicate with others to learn. Yes, so there is social constructivism. And last semester, you also read a little bit about social constructivism, the constructivismo social. Yes, exactly, in which I exchange with others. I need this exchange, this information exchange with others to learn. So, excellent. So you can, so even when you don't read about the theory, for example, is present. I can relate it clearly. And this is Krishna outside, the biggest, yes, the theory. And inside the theory, as if we have a matryoshka, what do we have inside? We have the approach. We have communicative language teaching. And inside that doll, inside we have the methods. We have CLIL, and as if we had concentric circles. Yes, Krishna?
Yes.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so I am going to prepare this for you to see clearly after the break. When you're working, I will be working on those concentric circles. I need a model to follow. Okay, so we have lots of ideas. So you read a lot about communicative language teaching, yes? But you were going to select sources. And Catalina is worried because she didn't find some information in the sources, but we can exchange information. Yes, Catalina, your classmates can help you with the explanation you don't have. Yes, and present a graphic organizer. Krishna has a graphic organizer. Krishna, can you share with us? Please.
Okay.
Krishna will share, and then you will have also your time to finish your graphic organizer with the information.
Wait.
Okay, can you share? Okay.
Okay.
So, Krishna and Giselle, okay, so you analyze the approach, yes, the basic concept. What is the basic concept?
Of CLT,
Yes, communicative language teaching.
teaching of language with emphasis in the interaction as means and as the final objective of teaching.
Of teaching,
Teacher,
yes.
we were wrong in this.
Okay. Yeah, later you will correct that. You will correct that. Yes, theory, yes. So which theory? So because CLIL is a method, it's a method within. But here is, yes, it's the objective of interaction and information transaction. Yes, remember what we saw. Thornbury says there is interaction, but also transaction of communication. Yeah, I give you a piece of information you don't have, and you give me information I don't have. Okay. Then the purpose is to improve learning. Yes, in general. Yes, it was thought with the previous approaches that students really didn't learn to use the language, to communicate in the language. They only learned metalinguistic analysis. And so that was not the way in which they could communicate better. So that's why we have the birth of a new approach. Yes. And role of teacher and role of student, we said already. Teachers are facilitators, yes. And students, what do they do? Sit down.
The students develop the activity proposed or given by the teacher in order to increase his or her knowledge.
Yes, and participate actively. Yes, so there is a lot of participation. Yes. Elements to be included, Krishna?
Motivation, communication activities, dialogues, and the error, and the mistake must be allowed.
Allowed. Mistakes are allowed. Mistakes are considered the way of learning. Very good. Yes. And not what we should not include in communicative language teaching.
Frustration, shyness, poor communication, and self-confidence. And non-participation in activities.
Yes, so we don't include a student that is only analyzing sentences, yes. No, but as active participating in activities, yes. And not a student that is shy. Well, remember, probably students with a previous approach were not shy. It's only that the activities they were given were not participative, were not active, yes. So students have to be active, participative, and not just sitting, analyzing sentences and grammar all the time. Okay, excellent. So was it a good revision? Catalina, is there anything that you would like to ask your classmates to exchange information that you don't have?
Thank you for your
exchange of communication. Okay, do you need any other information, Catalina, that we can help you?
About these activities? No, because I am ready with the graphic organizer.
Okay, excellent. Would you like to share your graphic organizer so that we see?
No, okay.
Okay, yes, remember every class you have to have. So for next class, also there is something you need to do, yes? Active learning. We will do something to show knowledge, yes? So,
I will share the screen.
Can you share the screen? Yes? Okay, we have it. Okay. All right.
This is all.
Okay, so we have the approach, learning language to communicate with real meaning. Yes, exactly. Yes. Teaching second and foreign languages. Yes, exactly.
We wrote together the, gather, approach, and approach overall.
overall.
De ahí desprenden lo otro.
Activities, yes. We talked about them. Elements to be included. Talking about topics, yes. Talking, learning theory, constructivism, yes. And elements not to be included. What did he say?
Silence.
Silence. Oh, okay, okay. Yes. No silence. No. Yes. Well, silence in order to learn, but of course you need to be active. I think that more than silence is being passive. Yes. Passivity. Como la pasividad. Yes. Or analysis of, or I can say an activity. Yes. Sentence analysis. Yes. So that should not be included only. Yes. Being passive.
Okay. And this is our summary.
Yeah, okay. Perfect.
Yes.
Communicative language teaching. Excellent. So everyone, so now you have examples to finish your examples, your task, and there is something else. Final questions for reflection. Quickly, so that I can explain the new. We can watch the videos. You can watch the videos for the new task. Okay, so communication implies understanding. Explain. What can you explain there? Do you need to understand in order to communicate?
The reflection activities. Are you in the word?
No, yeah, no, this is the no, this is the last questions. You have these questions by the end of the task.
Yes. Hay una que no se entiende, que es la segunda. Bueno, pero vamos a empezar con la A.
Yes.
Partiendo la
Why is communication? Communication implies understanding. What does it mean? La comunicación. Comunicación implica comprensión, ¿verdad? Comprensión del mensaje.
I think that not always.
And so how can you communicate?
Because you can communicate with you can have a conversation with someone and you can listen. You can be with them and listen. You can understand them. But if you are really interested in the subject, you will pay attention and you will understand it. Even if the topic you don't know anything.
Everything. Yes, exactly. Yes. So there is so probably there is not a complete understanding. Yes, but probably I will understand because of interest. Yes, I can understand a little bit of the topic, and there is communication. Yes, even if there is little understanding. So I might understand one topic, one concept, but maybe not all of the concepts, but I understand. And there is communication, yes. If I don't understand anything, yes, if I listen to a Chinese person explaining to me some concept, of course, there will not be communication, yes, because I will not understand the code. So I think this is positive. So, but what Vanessa says is interesting. So even without full communication, without full understanding, without complete understanding, there can be communication based on little knowledge and an interest. Yes, and we can be in that situation in many occasions. little knowledge and much interest. I think this is what Vanessa wants to say. And we have been probably in this situation in many, many occasions in which we might not fully understand everything, but the topic is interesting. And so there is a little communication because I am interested in the topic and I know a little bit. Yes, so understanding is important, but probably not complete understanding. So I understand the position of Vanessa, but you need to understand a little bit. Otherwise, there is no communication. Yes, so a Chinese person can talk to me, ask me for my passport, and I will be just there standing, not knowing what. There is no communication in that case. Okay, Catalina, anything else you want to say?
No, teacher. Because I didn't write the answer here.
Okay, but you can answer later. But you have a question about letter B, giving instructions.
Yes,
Yes, this is related to this. Do you remember the analysis we did with the language? So giving instructions. So when I tell the students, okay, students, take out the books, open on page 10. Look for the vocabulary, the word bank or the concept bank. Match all of these instructions. Is communicative language teaching? Am I communicating something?
Communicate.
When I give instructions to students, do I communicate with them? Yes, yes, it's a way of communication. Of course, it's not the same communication as in everyday life or in other situations. School communication or classroom communication is very specific. We give lots of commands, instructions, but you're communicating with your students. Yes, as far as they receive a message, they understand the message, and they act. They show you some understanding. Yes. So, and then they answer the question to you, so you exchange communication, information. Yes, so, yeah, how can we answer? Yes. Giving instruction is communicating, yes. Is communicate, means, implies communication, yes. Maybe more or less authentic, but it is communication. I am communicating with the students and they react accordingly. Yes, they respond. So there is understanding. Okay, what else? What strategies can a teacher use to increase communication in the classroom? As we were thinking, reflecting at the beginning, how can we have more communication? Oops, again, what did we say? For communication. We need exchange of information, yes. We need interaction. Okay, what strategies? Come on, you know this.
Topic that they get information.
Vanessa, I do not know whether it's my that I cannot hear you well. Is your microphone? My headphones. Can you explain again? Vanessa?
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, much better. Yeah.
Ah, finally.
Oh, wonderful. I thought it was my headphones, my new headphones. Okay, no. Okay, what strategies?
Maybe a teacher can use some topic that can get interest from the students. Like, I don't know, if a student likes music, use music. If the student like, I don't know, French fries, use French fries to talk, to make them talk.
Yes, exactly. Yes, so communicate, yes, in some topics of interest, but they can exchange information on those topics of interest, music, yes, food, exactly. Yes, okay, so even the members of the family, but whether there is something new to be learned also, yes, teacher can present topics and opportunities to exchange information. We're going to write it so you remember, yeah? Information, yes. And to acquire language, people need to use the language. We were saying yesterday we needed to create this English environment. We need to communicate in English, listen to English, read in English. To learn it. What do you think? Everyone? Yes, no?
I agree.
Yes, okay, so yes, agree. Anyone else? Paola? What do we need to do in the language, with the language, so that we learn the language? What do we create in English so that students can learn the language? That's the module from last semester. What was it?
Topic with your vocabulary.
Yes,
We
yes.
need to be creative and innovation teacher.
Yes, to be creative and innovative and to create an environment, yes?
Yes, create
Yes.
an environment with word walls,
Yes.
interesting, pretty presentations to catch the attention of students.
Yes, to create an
Interactive
environment.
presentation.
Okay, so yes, we need to be creative and innovative and create an environment in English. In English. Okay, another sentence. We need to be interactive. Interactive, yes. And invite our students to interact all the time, yes. So communicative language teaching implies interaction on the one hand, and on the other hand, we said transaction, yes, communication of information. Okay, so I hope everything you can read. You have a lot here to help you in your task. So we need to finish this task today. And finally, the final exercise was about 10 important points about communicative language teaching that we have mentioned already. So we have mentioned a lot about information exchange, relationship to constructivism, participation, motivation. So I think something that we have not said, something. Does anyone have something, one thing that we didn't say before so that we can explain the new task? And we have a short break to go to the restroom. something, one thing. One thing we haven't said. Algo que no dijimos hasta ahora, lo ponemos acá de ejemplo. One example. But we have said a lot already about communicative language teaching. One important point, Krishna. For the schools in Linares. Come on, you're a new teacher, you're going next year to do your English practicum. What are you going to share with your mentor teacher? Hello? Is there anybody out there?
Teacher, what if
Yes.
you can start giving us an example? Maybe then
We said, yeah, I gave you lots of examples. We already mentioned here. Yes, some examples. So something new, algo nuevo que no hayamos dicho hasta ahora. Ujú. So, nothing.
Es como, profe, entonces, como la pregunta es como una lista.
The summary. The summary, the general summary with 10 important points about communicative language teaching. One thing we didn't say up to now. I can help you. To promote communicative language teaching, comma, subject. We need one. This is shared writing. ¿Sí? Esto se llama escritura compartida. Come on, you share with me. Come on. To promote CLT, subject. Who is the subject? ¿Quién es el sujeto de esta oración?
Ay, sigo como bloqueado.
We are in schools. ¿Quién puede ser el sujeto de la oración en el colegio? We are in schools.
Estudiante, no, los profesores.
Yes. Pero estamos del lado de promover el communicative language teaching. So, the teachers, yes. So, to promote CLT, the teachers, verb of action.
Must.
Okay, modal verb, must, verb of action. Ahora usamos un verbo de acción. El verbo, este es un verbo modal, pero ahora el verbo principal de la oración. The teachers must.
Give, o no, ¿sí?
Give, yes, or.
Give them topic.
Object. Object. ¿A quién le da? Este indirect. Give.
Give them. Oh, give to the students.
Give the students. Yes, give the students. Y ahora objeto directo. Direct object. Give the students. ¿Qué? What do we give?
Interesting. No sé cómo decirlo. Topic information.
Interesting. Interesting topics to discuss. Yes, that's what you want to say. Okay, so here we can say instead of give, offer. Yes, much better. But it's the same idea. Okay, excellent. To promote CLT, the teachers must offer the students or teachers. So teachers must offer the students interesting topics to discuss. Perfect. Excellent. Wonderful. Now, do you follow? Okay, anyone else would like to have share an idea, share writing? Giselle? Schools in Linares, that's a setting, yes? In schools in Linares, subject, verb, object. Yes, so I will help you. In Linares, comma, subject.
Ay, no sé, pero use of resources.
Sujeto, subject. ¿Qué persona? Subject. Who
Teacher and
Teacher.
use resources according to context.
Resource. Yes.
Context or area.
Yes, according to the context. Yes, and the area. Yes, exactly. Yes, so you teach according to the resources you have and the reality you have. Yes, it's a little bit of situation, but this is it has a name. I will have it for after the break. Yes, exactly. So based on the reality, excellent, Giselle. So schools in Linares, students or teachers can use resources they have in the area. They can offer topics around what is common in this area. For example, the use of, I don't know, the proliferation of natural resource or natural sites here in the mountain for tourism, for example. And that can be an excellent topic around which to follow a communicative language teaching class for students in 7th grade, in 8th grade, here in Linares. Yes, because that's something they know, the natural resources, the touristic places in the mountains. Excellent. So that's something teachers should always employ in topics, for example, or other resources they might have at hand. Excellent. So you know this, come on, you have to take it out, yes? Okay. Situational teaching. I think it's a situational teaching. So you teach according to your real situation. So you don't teach students in Linares talking about London, yes, for example. Okay, is that clear? Everyone? Girls, are you there? Yes, are you there or not?
Yes, but I think.
You're thinking, reflecting, or sleeping. No, don't be sleeping. No. When we finish, we go to have
No se me
nap.
ocurre a mí.
Okay.
No.
But you have the information. Yes, think quietly. Then you have the information in the websites. We have been discussing a lot. So, Catalina, you will have more ideas. Do not worry. Okay, any questions? ¿Alguna pregunta de los ejercicios que quedó sin entender? Any question about the exercises?
No, for me.
Okay, but here you have to think about your ideas. No, do not worry, you will be able to find them. Because you have the resources, so check the resources again. And think you're exchanging information. So think of the activities, Catalina, yes? Giselle was saying about the forum. That's excellent. Debates. Remember when we talked about debates? They are also excellent exchange, information exchange activities, yes? Because in the forum, in the debate, for example, each group has to learn the area of the topic. So for example, in my school in England, when I was a Spanish assistant, students used to do debates. So for example, it was pro or against monarchy, the monarchy. So there was a group who had to prepare everything in favor of the monarchy. Yes, the king or the queen is positive because of, and they had to find out all of the arguments. And the other group was against the monarchy. And so they found all the information about that, to be against the monarchy. So they needed to exchange information. So one group didn't know what the other group was going to say, yes? So that is a truly information exchange, because you have to adapt everything to the information your classmates, the opposite side, is telling you. So that was an excellent exercise for native speakers even, But for language learners, much more, because you have to think of, analyze the situation, analyze the arguments, and respond in consequence, yes, but plus using a language that is not your native language. So it's an excellent exercise. Okay, so think of those. In activities, you can have lots of activities here. Okay, so now, the next task. We will divide the videos to watch in groups, and we will have a 5 minutes break, yes? Or 10 minutes break, and you will watch the videos in your groups, and then come back to discuss, okay? So by here, so we're going to express your understanding, yes, about text of medium complexity. Remember, you're always reading or listening to text, to discourse about communicative language teaching. Okay. More methods we're going to talk about today, also other methods in addition to the ones we explained and worked with last semester. So communicative language teaching is an approach that includes a variety of classroom methods and types of activities. So methods included within ESCLT are connected among them and mimic natural situations for L1 language development. So what communicative language teaching also wanted was to simulate as much as possible the learning of the mother tongue. That's why we have here examples of authentic communication, yes, being done in the classroom. Just because we wanted to copy the same activities as a human being does when learning the mother language, the mother tongue. So that is also an analysis, for example, the analysis of debate. The debate is something that we do in our mother tongue. Yeah? So candidate A debates with candidate B. Yes, and they have to listen to each other to answer to each other. So that is an activity, it's a situation that we accomplish in our mother tongue, but we can also use it in communicative language teaching, learning another language. Okay, now what you're going to do is divide these three videos. Yes, video 1, video 2, video 3, I will copy in the chat, and I will divide you in groups again. You will watch the videos. Yes, and you can, you need to explain what do you see, whether it's an explanation, a class, what is that you see, and how can you define the different methods that are explained there using your own words. Yes, what is the video about? And there is a method, yeah, being explained.
I'm sorry for interrupt you, but I have a question.
Yes.
¿A qué hora tenemos los 10 minutitos?
Ahora. Les divido los
Ah, ya.
grupos y vamos
Y
al
lo
recreo.
otro, lo otro, ¿va a subir esta presentación?
Yes, of
Después
course.
de la clase.
Yes, all of the
Ah,
presentations.
ya.
Yes, it's everything is uploaded. Remember, I upload everything. So this is for you. Everything we do here, all the presentations, everything is for you to revise and reread and analyze again. Okay. In the chat, you will have the videos, okay? Group 1. Group 1, Vanessa, Catalina. Group 2, Paola. Who else we have? Javiera, Krishna, and Giselle, group 3. Okay. And there you have the videos for all of you. Okay, I will divide you in groups. Remember the questions, what is that you see, describe what you see, and there is also a definition or an explanation of the method that you're being explained in the video. Yes, So think if there is any, in some of them you have the name, but you have to explain, yes? So take notes. Okay, if
Okay,
not, and then I will try to help you, yes, by watching, then we will watch a little bit and explain in general, and then you will be able to watch again, because we will have to choose, because we have work to do with new methods or within CLT, within communicative language teaching. Okay, I will divide you, and then we have 10 minutes break, go to the bathroom, bring something to drink, to eat, and then in 10 minutes at 4:10, I will go to the groups and ask you how you're doing, that you start working, and then we come back together like in 10 more minutes.
Okay, teacher.
So in 20 minutes, this has to be done. We have to do something else.
In 20 minutes.
No. Yes, everything. But yes, break and video watching. They are not very long. No, they're not long video. Not long videos, they're short. That's why. Crear. Oh, I have to add one. Yes. So number 1, Catalina Vanessa. Number 2, Paola Javiera. Number 3, Giselle Krishna. Okay. So you have the videos. Do you have the links?
Yes.
Okay. So there you go. Yeah. Okay. You go to the groups. Javiera? Okay, so tell me, what could you see in the videos? Just as descriptive. Some of them have the name of the method, but you have to explain in your words. Okay, so we are not copying exactly. And one doesn't have the name, I think, or it has it as a caption. So what can you see in the video? In video 1. What is video 1?
Called problem-based learning.
Problem-based learning, and it's an explanation about problem-based learning. Yes.
First, mention the history about it.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And some specifics. Right, Kata?
And how do you define problem-based in your words?
Problem-based learning is about how students can be with empowered personality to solve global problems.
Yes, and learn at the same time.
Yes, and there are 4 stages. For example, the first is identify the problem. The 2 stage is develop a plan with collaborative work between students. The 3 stage is implement the plan, and llegamos hasta ahí.
Okay, yes, but you know there is a plan to implement, yes, and there is something to be learned to solve a problem. And so it became very famous. I hear at the University of Talca, they apply problem-based learning in, for example, in health, in the health area, yes, in the School of Medicine or
the video mentioned this.
Yes, in nursing, yes, exactly. So they use a lot of problem-based, but it can be done in applied in any area, really. But of course, medicine seems to be very ad hoc.
Yes,
Okay.
and the 4 stage teacher I found it is evaluate the implementation.
Evaluate implementation, yes. And it can be used also to learn English, for example. It could be one option, one of the many options, and in education in general, yes, in general areas of education. Okay, number 2, video number 2. I don't think it's no, it's something different. Okay, Paola, was it yours?
Yes,
Did you see a class? You could see a class?
Yes. Is the teacher, how do you say hacía?
Indeed. He did something? He asked questions or no?
No, repeat your students.
Made his students, yes. So he made students repeat something. Participate actively. But what were the students producing? Before repeating, they produced sentences.
I present a situation.
Yes, exactly. Yes, it's a situation based. So the teacher presents a situation and the students participate related to that situation, in relationship to that situation. And of course, they repeat to improve pronunciation or syntax in the sentence. Yes, exactly. So that is situation. And how can you explain what is situation based learning?
It could be like
In your words.
presenting the situation and making the students describe with a simple sentence.
Yes, and work around the situation. So you're not working in the vacuum, yes, but around the situation. So it can be, that's a very basic, so watch the video, it's a very basic level English. The students are working around describing the routines of a person, yes, of a character. So that's the situation-based learning. You learn everything around that situation. So they repeat vocabulary related to routines, the time, telling the time. So John gets up at 8 o'clock. He has breakfast at 8:30. Those kind of sentences, very simple and around the situation, and repeating that structure of simple present. And finally, video 3. Krishna?
We saw a video in which John, I think John Spencer,
yes,
tell us about project-based learning and him experience about it, in which a teacher, a teacher, a teacher, I forget the word.
invited him for a project.
Yes, and how help him to grow into a better creative and thinker and problem solver person.
Yes, exactly. And how would you define project-based? So it's learning around a project. Yes,
it's very different from the traditional classroom project.
Yes,
because
exactly.
the student can choose and design and elaborate the process of the project.
Exactly. So it is very different. And as I was saying at the beginning, very different from the common the education based on analysis that we had when I was young. So now it's much more this education based on doing, on organizing the project, elaborating all the steps, solving problems, answering questions, learning something new in order to solve the problem, the main question of the project, and carrying out some kind of result or product by the end of the project. Okay, so those are very different, but more based on doing, more based on active learning. So all of these methods go very well with communicative language teaching, because as we said, in communicative language teaching, we need to exchange information. We need new information to solve problems, and we need to, as I said, solve problems in order to get to an objective. And therefore, communicative and implies lots of activity and lots of interaction. So all of these methods go very well with communicative language teaching and can be implemented in different areas. So we can have project based in mathematics, in English, in history, science, whatever. And with all of these methods can be applied to teaching English and have been applied. So that's why we are learning a bit about them. Then it's for you to know, to go deeper into these methods and probably applying them somehow in the future. So here is the concentric circles I was talking at the beginning. Yes, with the outer circle being the theories. That's the biggest circle. Yes, like the matryoshka, this doll, this Russian doll, in which we find one little doll inside another one, inside another one. And so the theories will be outside everything, encompassing everything. Then we have the approaches. So approaches are big umbrella concepts that are based on these theories. But from these approaches, we have methodologies. And this is what we are always going. Yes, so CLT is here in an approach. It's an approach that has lots of methodologies. Yes, to come to life, let us say. So we have seen CLIL, for example, content and language based learning, active learning, task-based, and now we will see this other situation learning, problem-based, project-based, and they are all within communicative language teaching. And of course, inside the methodologies, we have the activities, which we have discussed, strategies, techniques, in order to make this transaction of information, this interaction possible among speakers. So now do you understand these circles that I was saying? That I was explaining, but you didn't see. Yes? Is it clear? Clearer? Girls?
So the small circle is the core, right? Then
the smallest is what is inside everything, the activities, everything you do in the classroom. Think as from biggest to smallest, to the core kind. Yes, because the core in the sense that this is what you bring to the classroom, what you do in the classroom. Yes, it's the more realistic one, I would say. And this is the most abstract. Yes, the one, yes, it's another relationship. It's not the relationship of this is the most, the central, and the other one is the, no. This is the most abstract, the one that includes everything. That's why we started there. We started from these big conceptions. And from there we narrow down, yes? To the activity, yes? So the theory is something abstract, yes? It's not the application in the classroom. So, but here we see we go from very general to very specific classroom application. So for example, in the videos we watched last year, here we had this kindergarten teacher teaching habits to the students. Now you have to play, now finish playing, put the toys away. If the children didn't want to put the toys away, then you're punished. Remember? So we are translating this big theory of behaviorism into classroom activities, specific classroom activities to create behaviors, good behaviors, to develop good behaviors in children. That's an example, yes? So here these concentric circles mean from the most abstract set of principles to the reality in the classroom. How do I do this in the classroom? The concrete activities, yes? Do we follow?
I think so, yes.
Okay, so look at it again, but these are so whenever I say relationship of methodologies to theories, we're going to the abstract, but methodologies to strategies, we're going to concrete. Yes, this would be the relationship. So here I can write that down, yes, to add to this understanding. So we go from more abstract to more concrete. Okay, so here we have this is a flower, a concept flower, a graphic organizer. And here we have some CLT in the middle. Yes, the big is bigger. You see bigger. Here is CLT is an approach. And the methodologies are within the methodologies within the approach. It's another way of showing the relationship. So last semester we saw task-based and clear. So now we have more methodologies to discover. So we have literature-based. Well, we saw a little bit last semester, though I haven't seen that it's all together in like a complete methodology in itself. But literature has been used to teach language, and we know this was one of the components of the module we had last year on literature. Yes, that literature is a way, it's a path towards learning language. Then we have situation-based. That's in the video. And some of the girls watched this, create a situation and develop the language around situations, similar to task-based. Task-based also created a situation. Okay, we have to do this, and we need the language, we need the structures around that situation, more or less around the task. Certain points, they are similar. Project-based and problem-based. I have watched also some videos online in which they have the difference. So project is more oriented to have a a project is oriented to have a product, a result. Yes. So for example, you will see this video. Well, let us build a house. Yes, that's a project. But the problem based, we need a solution to the problem. Okay, so well, we're solving, and that's why it is very much done with medicine or nursing, just because they need to solve a practical problem in a situation related to health. And so when they have the solution for that problem, then they came to a completion of the problem-based learning situation. Okay, so now you will be freer, son más libres, un poco más libres. So you will select two resources. You will decide on a method. We can do a lottery as well, or I can do the lottery and send you via email as you decide, and you will select the resources. So you have videos, you have written resources, one written, one video. And you can check on these websites, the British Council, Edutopia, Fluent U, Scholastic, or PBL works. So they have information on one or probably more than one of these methods. The British Council usually publishes about these different methods. So you will be in charge of finding, remember everything that ends in edu. Endings edu or AC, UK. Those are academic sites. Okay, so those sites. Then what you're going to do, I'm going to send you now the task. The task will be on Educandos as well. And what are you going to do? So you will research the resources online, considering, yes, the method. Then you will read and listen to information, the same you have been doing, and annotating on the different aspects that you already know about this new method. Then you will use a graphic organizer. Yes, Catalina.
Lo siento si lo dijo antes, pero los métodos son los que vimos en los videos, ¿verdad? El problem-based learning.
Yes, you have here literature, situation, project, and problem. These ones, because these two we have already done. So the ones in black with letters in black, but we can, how can we? Oh, okay, here. Give them a little bit of color. Oh, not so much color. Okay, it's a little pale, but for you to see. Okay, so these ones. The ones in red we have already done. Yes.
Okay.
Then here, so you have the aspects again and the graphic organizer. And there is something I need to explain. Oh, one slide. I did not prepare, but I will transfer from the task. So the last task is the one you're going to publish in the forum. Hopefully you can, but we need to be creative.
Okay.
Yes. So for the last section, you need to be creative. Yeah, so you're going to do the graphic organizer. We always do that, but there is one different step this time. So this is the task. So after reading, you will prepare to elaborate on findings and share. But how are you going to share? Information will be presented in various creative ways. So everything you gather, you create the graphic organizer, but then you're going to present in something creative, in pairs or in group. For example, a mock interview. So for example, Vanessa and Catalina are working together and they're working on problem-based. Yes, that was your video. Okay, problem-based. So Catalina is an interviewer and Vanessa is the Minister of Education. And so Vanessa is Catalina is the interviewer on television in Mega Noticias Prime, and Vanessa is the minister. And Vanessa is explaining they have a new methodology to teach English in schools, at schools. And so they will ask and answer the questions about this new methodology. And every school in Chile is going to follow this. So that is a creative way, and you can do it, even record a video in Zoom, using Zoom, asking and answering the questions, for example. Short, something short, yes. Then one person could be expressing or presenting, yes. So for example, Dr. Paola from the University of California is going to, so you're giving a dissertation, yes, an explanation about something as if you were an expert, yes, as if you were crashing and speaking in a conference. Another one could be a video, yes, creative video with information. So you have there examples of Powtoons, yes, so if you know how to use it, Another one can be a game. Yes, so we can play a game and like kind of a game like, for example, Jeopardy. Yes, and present the information by means of games with the classmates, or a Prezi. Those, the ones I could, it's also a presentation, kind of PPT, but it's more interactive than the PPT. So those were the ones I could think of, but if you have any other way of presenting the information creatively, you're welcome. So that will be the forum, yes, the forum uploaded to the forum. And we will have their comments around the forum presentation. Of course, you need to finish the task as well. Yes, because you need to upload that to your portfolio. Okay, so this last information I was missing. Sorry about that. So, do you understand everything that you have to do so you start working? Because you have preparation to do. Do you have any question to ask me?
No yet, maybe in the development.
In the development, okay, so, okay, I will stop here. Okay, so in order to have fair work, so I have the papers here, I have the papers, and you have to choose. I don't have colors, but we have, I will tell you the numbers, okay? And you decide, so we have the lottery, the methods lottery. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Vanessa, which one do you choose? 1, 2, 3, 4.
I like 1, but I don't know what Paula said.
Okay, Daphne is coming. Okay.
Wow.
Any?
How?
Paola?
No.
1, 2, 3, 4. Come on, what number?
3.
3, okay. Situation based, okay. Vanessa and Paola. Situation based. So we have, okay, the other one. 1, 2, 3. I write down. Okay, come on, Catalina. Or Phoebe.
Number 2.
Oh, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay. 2. Literature. Literature based.
Okay.
Literature. Okay, so nobody is angry. Okay, in case, only in case you cannot find or you have trouble. Okay, we can check again. Daphne. Okay, Phoebe. Okay.
2.
1, 2. Problem based.
Okay.
Problem based. And problem based. Phoebe, Javiera. And project based. Krishna and Giselle.
Yep.
Project. Can you read? It's very, very shiny. Okay. So Krishna, Giselle. Okay. So everything is registered now. Now I will divide you in groups. You already have the task, and I will go around the groups to check. Yes, you find the information, and if you need any more help, you tell me. Is that clear? Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay, so who would like to start? Did you have any could you find where the different websites, were they useful to find information about the methods?
No, in my case.
Catalina. Okay. So in the case that there is no much to be found, we can change the method.
Only YouTube. And Daphne find other, but it is difficult to find information about it.
Yes, okay, that can be possible. Anyone else? Vanessa, Phoebe, what could you find of your methods? Could you find it?
That is using in medical education.
Yes. We said problem-based is very much used in medical education, but it can be used also to solve any problem in different areas.
Yes,
So,
and students usually work in groups.
in groups, excellent. Yes, to find a solution to a problem. Yes, anyone else? Anything about situation-based? Who has situation-based?
We with Paola, we couldn't find any information that could help us.
But you found a video, so you have a video?
Yeah.
Yes, okay. But anyway, there are some of the methods that are more difficult to find information about. So, well, we can change them, and you can anyway always find new information in different websites. So the information, the exchange of information, the transaction of information can be truthful next class when you decide on how to present that information. So I added this here. So you publish the information, but what information are you going to publish? So on methods, yes, to the corresponding form. The publication will follow various creative ways. Yes, mock interviews. Mock means they are not real. Yes, they can be, it's a simulation, yes, of an interview. And you can be different characters. For example, the Minister of Education, or an academician, something like that. So information video, questions, question game, Prezi, PPT presentation, sorry, I didn't add it here. PPT presentation, Prezi or PPT presentation. And then the publication will generate comments from classmates and offer feedback among each other. You know about the feedback on the forum. Okay, so for a final reflection, yes, a communicative activity then requires some kind of information exchange, the simplest form of which might be a guessing game. So even a guessing game can be information exchange. Ideally, they also involve a degree of repetition. So there can be a repetition, collaboration, and language awareness rising. Yes, that's why a lot of group work is called upon. Repetition can occur, yes, if it is to improve communication, to express yourselves better, then you can also add a repetition. As in the example you saw about situation learning, in which the professor is asking them original sentences about the situation, but also corrects pronunciation and grammar and syntax. Yes, so all of them, all of these elements are also important in communicative language teaching. Okay, as a general review, what did we learn today? So to sum it up.
More theories.
Yes, we learned about
learning theories.
Yes, so about, but remember the circles. Did we learn about the theories, or we learned about
communicative
which is, no, it's an approach. Yes, remember, communicative language teaching is an approach. Yes, so CLT, communicative language teaching, for example, is an example. Yes, and you saw that there is a connection with the theories. Yes, there is a connection with one theory at the least. There's always a connection, but okay, theory. So behaviorism, cognitivism, and we learned, I think that more than theories and approaches, we learned the connection between them. Yes, how do they come to be connected? We revised that area. Constructivism. We revised that area. yes, of how theories and approaches and methodologies are connected, yes, in somehow. And CLT and the methodologies within CLT are connected in that they all imply communication with others, communication of information, and exchange of information, yes, and interaction. Methodologies, well, just to mention a few: project-based, problem-based, task-based, and just to mention a few. Problem-based, task-based, CLIL, just to mention a few, as I said. Yeah. Okay, so we saw the connection between them and also how they are carried out in the classroom. Which activities, which strategies do teachers use in the classroom? So how can we express this better? So we learned about, Phoebe, how can we rewrite this sentence? We learned about, yes, communicative language teaching. And what about communicative language teaching?
Approach.
The approach, yes.
Of
Language
theories.
teaching. Yes, but theory is outside, yes, outside. Es más grande que el approach. Communicative language teaching is smaller, as you see here, yes. Outside, we have a theory that's more general. Then we have the approach, CLT, and within CLT, we have the methodologies. That's the order. From the biggest to the smallest. De lo más general a lo más particular, a lo más grande a lo más pequeño. Yes? Lo más realista, esto es en el aula, esto es teoría, abstracto.
Okay.
Yes, so yes, we saw, I think the explanation is that we saw the connection, yes, so the theory, how about communicative language teaching as an approach and how it connects. It connects to theory, and to methodologies to be applied. Where do you apply the methodologies? Girls, where do we apply the methodology?
In the classroom.
The classroom, yes, classroom. Exactly. What else? What else did we revise? You watch some videos, so there are new methodologies, yes? Methodologies. Which are these methodologies you watched a little bit today about?
Problem-based learning.
Methodologies. Within CLT, yes, within CLT. Okay, they are called, Phoebe? Problem?
Problem-based learning.
Yes. Yes, problem-based. Next. Another one? Another one of the methodology? Situation-based learning. Another one? Girls, the other ones, each group has one. Can you hear me?
Yes, but I don't know the others.
Yes, of course. Come on, we saw them. Again,
Project-based.
Project-based. Here you have them. Project-based.
Literature.
Yes.
Literature-based.
Literature-based. Yes. Okay, any question you would like to ask? Any questions? Any questions?
I don't know how to say it, but at the moment, I think there are many tasks.
Yes.
And too long.
Too long? Yes. No, not too long. This is only research information and prepare a graphic organizer and then the last explanation. No, it's not too long. The problem is we don't need to accumulate from the past weeks. That's one thing we need to pay attention to, but this is not long. This is the shortest we can do. Gather information and then create something, a way to express that information. So it's not so long. The basics, it's the basic we can do. So which are our agreements for next class, next Tuesday? So remember, task 1 has to be finished. It is in groups. This one is in groups as well, but each person needs a task because you need your portfolios completed. Yes, so please pay attention to that. So you're working in groups, but then you need also your own task for your portfolio. So which agreements? Task 1 needed to be completed. Remember, we have today on Tuesdays, we need to come to class and work on the tasks. Yes, so complete task 1 and upload it to the task created on Educandus on week 1. Week 1. Okay, so that was last week. Then complete task 2 and task 2 and upload that last activity, the creative activity, to the forum, to forum 1. Yes? Girls, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Ajá, ok. No sé si me escuchan, por eso les pregunto. Complete task 2. You need to complete the information, everything, and upload the last activity, la actividad creativa, upload the last activity to forum 1 and comment to 2 classmates. You already know that. Yes, comment to 2 classmates. Ya conocen esta to 2 classmates. That's week 2. Okay. Do we need anything else? And be ready to share your creative activity next Tuesday. Yes? ¿Necesitamos acordarnos de algo más? Hello?
Creo que no.
Okay. Next Tuesday. Okay, come on. Are you there? Are you awake? Come on. We're finishing. Come on, don't fall asleep. So, questions and answers?
Sorry, profe, es que no, como que me está costando concentrarme, pero yo creo que igual hablo así como en nombre de todas, en que nos está costando como engancharnos quizá y como que nos estamos llenando muy rápido de tareas.
Yes, I know, Daphne, but we have to finish the syllables. Yes, okay. So let me check with you again. Okay, so this will be the new agreement for next class. It will be on Educandos as well. So you finish, yes, task 1. Next class, we will complete task 2 and research and necessary information about the methods and complete the summary, a kind of summary of that information. Next class, you will decide on the way to present the information you find. Yes, it can be presented that day in the same afternoon. Yes, and we don't have extra time to present. Yeah, to present the information. It can be presented on the same afternoon. And the information will be uploaded to Forum 1 next week. Okay, do we agree?
Okay.
No, okay, but do not. Yes, we don't have, probably we don't have so much time to relax. We have a tough semester, but it will be possible to be done. Yes, it will be possible. Sometimes we have this feeling that it's overwhelming, but no, we can do it. We still can do it. And we did past semester, so it's not impossible. Okay, any other questions and answers?
No, profe, creo que no.
Okay, so next week we will do a new lottery to supplement the information from situation and literature based, which has these two methods have less information to be found. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, so do not worry about that. And thank you for your work, for attending. And always check the summaries, our writings in the PPT to supplement your tasks. Okay, girls.
Thank you so much.
No, you're welcome.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you for
Thank you.
participating. Thank you. See you tomorrow at 12. We continue with our task there. Okay.
Okie dokie.
Okay. See you. See you tomorrow at 12.
Okie dokie. Bye.
Bye bye. See you. Bye bye.
Bye, teacher.
Bye bye.